great pleasure to introduce another amazing leader in U.S. Congress, a visionary leader who has been on the issue of Iran policy since day one. Please welcome Congressman Tom McClintock.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you all for your unswerving devotion to the cause of liberty in Iran. The events of October 7th were a jarring reminder of the ruthlessness, the barbarity, and the inhumanity of the forces that are arrayed and organized and financed by the illegitimate and criminal regime in Tehran. And the events of the past week warn us that the Iranian regime is becoming bolder and more reckless by the day. No longer hiding behind its puppets, the puppet master has now come out from behind the curtains. Fortunately, the incompetence of the mullahs is equal to their malice, and their massed attack on Israel civilians was effectively brushed away. Not so easy to brush away is their oppression of their own people. And it's the people of Iran who need our help to rid themselves and the world of this malignant dictatorship. Every day this regime goes on, the threat to the safety and security of the entire region increases. And this threat will continue until the mullahs are overthrown and brought to justice for their crimes against humanity. You know, I first introduced House Resolution 100 back in 2022. I joined Iranian Americans and dozens of my bipartisan colleagues to highlight this reality. As Congressman Weber said, the head of the snake is Tehran. This resolution recognizes this simple fact and expresses support for the Iranian people's desire to rid themselves of it and to establish a democratic, free, secular, prosperous, and non-nuclear republic. Within just a few months of introducing this measure, a bipartisan majority of the U.S. House of Representatives joined not merely as sponsors, or supporters, I should say, but as co-sponsors. That's a profound statement of the strong support of the Iranian resistance has among the people of the United States. And now we have House Resolution 1148 calling for holding this criminal regime accountable for its actions through the continued imposition of sanctions and to support the Iranian resistance's 10-point plan for the future of Iran. The sham trials that Congressman Weber referenced, these trials in absentia of some of the veteran members of the Iranian resistance are literally the tools of tyrants. And they say volumes not only about the injustice of this regime, but of its insecurity as well. The free world must recognize that the people of Iran want this regime gone in its entirety. To help them, the United States has to adopt two policies outlined by former Secretary of State Michael Pompeo at a meeting with Ms. Maryam Rajavi just hours before the October 7th attack occurred in the Middle East. First, the United States must put maximum pressure on the regime in Tehran. This means that it must stop offering this regime additional capital. It also means that the administration must enforce fully all of the sanctions required by U.S. law. And the United States must refrain from actively undermining the Iranian opposition. Second, the United States government must provide maximum political and moral support to the people of Iran and adopt the steps outlined by measures such as House Resolutions 100, 627, and now 1148. When President Biden releases money to Iran or relaxes sanctions, he is funding the very terrorist operations directed against the Iranian people, the people of Israel, and someday soon, I'm afraid, against the people of the United States. Today, America must stand with the victims of the Iranian dictatorship and its proxies. And we must send long overdue assistance to Israel which is fighting an external war with Iran and its proxies, just as we should send long overdue assistance to the Iranian resistance, which is fighting an internal war against that very same regime, a war for their freedom, their dignity, their heritage, their prosperity, and their future. The Iranian resistance has waged this fight for years. They know what it's like to live under this oppressive dictatorship, and they deserve the support and the thanks of the people of the free world for everything they are doing to rid themselves and rid the world of their tormentors. Through our resolutions, the people of the United States express that support, but we must also back that moral support with material support if it's going to matter, and we need to do that soon. Thank you all again for being here. God bless you. God bless the people of Iran and the cause of liberty.